What's going on, good people? It's yours truly, EZDZ, one of the hosts of Chop Shop. Finna crank up this great Monday evening. Got my man Dade, city's finest, world famous Waldo. How you feeling, young man?
You're welcome.
Okay, and to my right, you see him rocking the child support Uno shirt, a.k.a. Ruff, Greg Dawes. How you feeling, young man? Okay, no problem. No problem at all. Real aggressive over to my right. I don't want no trouble. So as we get into tonight's episode, you know, spring football is upon us, and high school football finna crank all the way up in the area. So this guy here to my left, we've been trying to get on here for a while. We go back, man, some years, and I look at where he started and where he is now, man. I'm really proud to call him a friend, and he doing some major things out here in the South Hillsborough County area. So without further ado, you see rocking his paraphernalia, Omega Psi Phi Sumner High School head football coach, Alonzo Ashwood.
How y'all doing, man?
All right.
Glad to have you here, man. Coach, let's get into it, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let's get into it, man. I want to go back 1987. You getting out of Hillsborough, probably, you know, rocking the wet long curl.
Yes, sir.
Doing your thing, you know.
He said like we supposed to be offended.
No. It's all love, man.
That ain't let him get one.
Me and Coach go back, man.
He wanted a curl, but he never could get the curl. That's why he mad at everybody that had one.
Curl left Atlanta like 82, man. Y'all calm down.
Did you have one?
No, I did not. Never.
Exactly.
I did not. Never.
That was the thing back then.
That was the thing back then. So let me
He
ask
wanted
you.
one. He tried to clown everybody with a curl. He wanted one, couldn't get one.
What got you into coaching?
I guess just playing the game for a long time.
Okay.
So when you play it, you know, you just gravitate and do the things that you were taught. So that's all I ever knew. I only played two sports. I was baseball and football. And mainly football was my main thing.
Okay.
I was just as good in baseball, but I gravitated I was just as good in baseball, but I just gravitated to football and just kind of like let it stay there.
Hey, you were who? Coach? I know Coach Reed, but which is a great man.
Yeah, Coach Reed. No.
Hillsborough's O'Brien.
Yeah,
okay.
But playing football, you know, I started out at TBYFL, the Raiders, right?
Old school throwback.
And then it was always, if you really want to play football, and if you're good, you got to go play for the boys club. Because it was always said, those teams that I played with at the West Tampa Spartans, not the Eagles, it really wasn't no Rams at the time. You talking about a long time ago. You talking about early 80s.
Late 70s.
And I left Skyway, and I went to the boys club. And you know, we had some teams, man. It was always said that some of those teams for the Spartans could have played some teams because we had JV football back then.
Right.
That we could have actually played some of those JV teams from Monroe, Madison, Van Buren, played some of those teams and beat them. So I left because, you know, I think it was, I ain't gonna say it was a challenge, but it was tougher football, playing with those guys over there with the Spartans, which is totally different now.
And that's what I wanted to ask you, because y'all similar ages, you and Big Brother. And I know football was definitely not for the weak. You had to have something different in you, because back then, 2 days, real physical, and like you say, everybody on your schedule had somebody that was going to knock you loose if they had a chance.
Yeah.
Do you see that now with high schools? I think now high school football has changed where it's not – the athletes are better.
Yeah.
Let me say that. But as far as just that physicality is not as it used to be.
No, well, I wouldn't say they're pretty much better. They're bigger. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're not as skilled. They just more
everybody's
athletic.
Everybody's bigger. And you think about when I went to Hillsborough High School, you know, you're talking about graduating in 87.
You had football.
There wasn't there wasn't any ninth grade.
Right.
It was 10, 11, 12.
Right.
10th grade, you playing JV. So if you think about it, I only had 2 years of varsity football.
Right.
Because 9th grade, you know, we had the Ed Pens. You know what I mean?
That's right, y'all did.
Yeah, we had not Jink. Like you
Not all this.
you going to JV. Right.
Yeah.
And
If
the
you want to
guys-
play.
And the guys I played with on JV, you think about it. Maurice Crum.
Yeah, I definitely remember him.
You got Maurice Crum. Willie Newton, bless him. You know,
Yeah.
He's gone.
Didn't know
Albert
that.
Jenkins.
Yeah, I knew Al.
Antonio Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so many of us, but all of us had to play JV. And at that time,
Y'all had
Coach
footmen
Reed,
too then.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna ask you, how was your JV? Y'all the bully?
undefeated.
Okay.
Like we were good back then because we had so many people.
Who's y'all's quarterback?
Well, JV wise, we had this guy named Victor Pelcher. But
Yeah,
we had
Lloyd.
Cedric, no, yeah.
Lloyd.
But we had Cedric Walker.
That's who played against.
That was
That was the one who played against me.
Yeah.
Cedric Walker was pretty good. Yeah.
And you think playing with O'Brien, because I like you said, I just look at, just like you said, Maurice Crum. I mean, you had some guys in the city, you go back in the mid-'80s, high school football, Brandon was tough.
Yeah.
Lato was solid, Plant.
There was a lot of parity. You know
King.
what I mean?
Right.
But now there's so many teams out there that I don't know. I don't want to call them bad.
No,
What
we
you call them?
on here. We'll keep it a buck. It's bad.
You don't want to
it's
say
bad
that because
football.
you might get someone on the schedule
and that's right now to say.
animosity and you know all that.
But we can. We can.
We don't. Well, what I'll say is that they're not as competitive as they used to be.
Okay.
And that might be the kid. That might be the kids too.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's just the times that we grew up in. You can't get kids to do nothing. Like you got to understand. I tell my boys all the time. Like we didn't have cell phones. You know what I mean?
Distractions.
Kids
Okay.
would tell me today it's too hot.
To what?
Too hot. I can't come out there, coach. It's too hot. Like they like to stay inside, get on their phones. I never seen so many guys in school. They TikTok every day. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they TikToking now.
but what? That's the
They
thing.
TikToking.
So there's so
Coach, it's
many
too hot.
different other things that they can get into. To a football isn't one of the things that they love to do.
Love to do that. They like being there.
It's a difference between liking
Yeah.
the sport and loving the sport.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it.
Because it takes so much of your time. Like you got to be disciplined.
You got to be
Gotcha.
dedicated to
If
it.
you're not dedicated and disciplined, football
It's not for you.
It's not for you.
But see, I think something else too, though, is that it's so many distractions when you're in a major city compared to somewhere smaller. Now, you put this same environment like a Belglade, Pahokee, Bradenton. That's all they got.
Yeah.
So now, like you got the kid, they go to the mall. They can, get the little job. So a lot of these kids don't look at football as a way out. Because if you want to go to school, your mom and dad going to put you in a position, okay, hey, we'll help you with school.
But that's the main difference, and it's so funny. We were talking, listen to this, talking to one of my friends who lives in Miami, right? And he said, what do you think the difference is between football here in Tampa as opposed if you go further down south? Everybody knows, like, that's who you always got to go through to win the state title, right? It's going to be somebody from down
Somebody
south.
from
Right,
around there.
right.
It don't matter. And I don't know if you guys recall, probably about 4 years ago, it was 8 classes, 1 through 8. Broward and Miami won 7 of them. 7 out of 8.
But I think also
So-
with that too, though, is that,
Yeah.
not to cut you off,
Yeah.
it's more kids. And like, and you throw Broward and Dade together, you got easily 100 high schools. You got you got a good amount. You got the private schools,
Yeah.
because all your 8As, they either Miami, Orlando. That's not Tampa. Tampa has maybe 4 or 5 schools that have over 3,000 kids.
Well, all I can tell you is the brand of football, like, it has been teams from Tampa to play teams from down south and beat them.
Right.
You had the Armwoods that's
Right.
beat them. You
Jefferson.
had Plants that beat them. You got Jefferson, and just now you just had Berkeley.
Berkeley.
beat 2 of them.
Which was an upset. People say that was an upset. They beat New Orleans. Like, that was a big
but
upset.
It's not like, like they just gonna run it, but they have some competitive football, and we summed it up this way, and I felt as though, like, a lot of those kids from down south, that's their plan. They got plan A.
They're playing A is to play ball.
Ain't no plan B.
Kind of like when we saw the Lakelands coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 27 high schools here, public high schools, not counting the
Which is
private high
crazy.
schools. We have that many high schools, but which we all know with everything that's going on with gentrification,
Right.
A lot of our kids are moving around. Like you think of a school like anytime you thought of Jefferson, what do you think about?
Trash.
You going
That hate is unreal.
You gonna play Jefferson? You gonna be in for a dog fight.
Don't tell them
You
they
know what
don't,
I'm saying?
they don't understand.
You gonna play? You know they had the Caldwells, of course. Had Andre Davis.
Right.
Had Quentin. Like every
Quinn
time.
Williams, Chris Moore.
But see, you don't tell them how good Eric was. Line Redmond.
Yeah, you play them, you going in for a dog fight. Look at Chamberlain. I went to Hillsborough.
Yeah.
And Hillsborough and Chamberlain, that was like a rivalry.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's still like probably late 90s. It still meant something.
Nothing like that.
Nothing
like
like
none of those kids that grew up around there in Sulphur Springs.
See, they weren't around when so those are some see Hillsborough and Chamberlain, just like King and Chamberlain. When JoJo and Jay Grugin was at Chamberlain and Joe was at King, that was the sombrero game. Cause see, we used to play those games.
Tampa Stadium.
I
mean, you talked about that.
Yeah.
It's just different, man. It's different with everything that's moved around.
Yeah, so even like with Chamberlain, when they opened up Wharton, they took a lot of kids from the Springs
Yeah.
to Wharton.
Right. And Warden went to a
And
chip.
then Freedom.
And Warden went to a chip, I
Springs
think, in 5 years. They played for the state. Warden played for the state in 5 years of existence. They opened in, what, 97?
No, it was
Wharton.
what, 2003, 2004? So about
It was 02. It was 02 because they went the same year Jefferson went.
So it's 5 years.
So that's what I'm saying. So here it is. And it just shows you, here it is now, New Tampa, which is not known for having a lot of football players, but you got the influx of kids.
That's everybody from
Sulphur Spring, Cross Fletcher.
Spring.
Yeah,
they pulled from basically from Chamberlain and from King.
Right.
Majority of the players that
And they was out there.
Yeah, things just different now, man. You know, with the school choice and don't get me to talking about the school choice.
Yeah, that's why we here. That's why we here.
Feel free.
Don't get me started on
Like I
school
said,
choice.
It's coming up,
just
man.
so we clear it, this is the Alonzo Ashwood show. We riding with you. You driving.
Because it's different. And what I mean is, say a kid goes to my school.
Okay.
But he wants to transfer and go somewhere else. And I always tell people like this right here. Kids can't transfer themselves. They can't go to the front office and say, hey, let me get those papers. I'm going to leave and go somewhere, right?
Take a
Right.
parent.
Kids don't have that. Parents are the ones that are behind the kids, right? And when the kid leaves, I always say, we don't chase, we replace.
Right.
You got to
Right,
replace
supposed
the
to.
kid because, you know,
Next man up.
at the end of the day, they're going to play the game with you or without you.
Right.
Right.
They're going to kick off at 7:30 if you on the team or not. So
It ain't gonna change that.
that's never going to change. So when you say, you know, I don't pretty much get into and you know, people have always tied me because I was at Hillsborough for a long time, right? Y'all recruiting, y'all doing this, y'all doing that, certain things. I can't make a kid come to my school. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I tell people all the time, when you have a schedule and you ask me in the hallway, what building 2 at, if I can tell you that means you in here. So other than that, I don't really want to get into all the transfer because, man, think about it. If you want to go to a school, I think kids pretty much, their families, they get it done. You know, I can't.
But I think, but let me jump here real quick, and I think something that a lot of people, and me and Big Bro talk about this. You've been at Sumner since the inception. This year's your what year coming up?
5th.
Okay, you've won at least 7 games, and I'm saying low end every year you've been there. Now,
Let's get it right.
okay, well correct me.
4 years, we've only lost 9 games.
Okay, so we'll give you that. So now this is what I'm getting to with this. We were all here when Blake opened. We were all here when Middleton opened.
Yeah.
We were all here when Sickles opened.
Gotcha.
Riverview, Leonard. None of these schools achieved the success that you guys have.
That's true.
So with that being said, it just don't look right. I still remember like when you told me, okay, D, this our season, this is what we got. I'm at you every Saturday. What y'all did? Oh man, we whooped them. Like what? Like,
But I told us,
Damn,
I looked
they
at the
came out. I was
population.
looking
Let
at-
me know. Population. Let me know because like when Brandon, because he remembers when Brandon was on double session. Like,
Double session,
well, yeah. And you just the population because he don't remember when Winter Haven had great football teams. And they were. It was.
but I wasn't
always
here,
that way.
but just kind of like what we always talk about is that
So what's the question, D?
the question is
how you do it.
How we did it?
Yeah, because I mean, no, but I was saying you're gonna get that animosity, you're gonna get that hate because you win. See, if you 1-8,
Yeah.
1-9, you getting your doors blowed, running clock, you everybody homecoming. That's where you supposed to be. But y'all jumped out like, okay, we whooping people.
But we've gotten that. I've got people to say, oh, man, y'all ain't playing nobody. Oh, y'all play a JV schedule. Because if you think about it, when new schools open, there are no seniors, number one. There's no senior class. You can't have a new school open and you got a senior class your first year. So I had no seniors, and we played schools that's been around in Tampa
For years.
for over 20 years. Yeah. Now, we had this tier system, right? Tier 1 or say a tier 1. That's Tech, right?
Okay.
That'd be Warden. That'd be Hillsborough. Get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Those are tier 1 schools. Tier 2, that's the middle of the pack, right?
Well, hold on, Coach. How do we tier high school? You just
If they trash it, no.
No.
Jefferson tier 3.
They level.
Jefferson tier 3.
Their record has a lot
This
body
is
of work.
state champions.
This is how they tier schools.
and Hall of Famers.
They tier schools according to the number of wins you have every year.
There we go.
Okay, the number of wins. Right.
From the previous year, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, when we first started, people have to understand, I call it the melting pot, right? Mm-hmm. So many people moving from the inner city, moving to Riverview, like myself, living in Riverview, but staying in the city for so long. Mm-hmm. So like I talked about the gentrification, doing all the buildings and all that thing.
Everybody out there.
Everybody from Tampa, they move out this way. So I had an influx of kids who migrated out to Riverview. So it's basically, I'm playing with those kids that they already have out there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I looked at the schedule, I said to them, when they gave us our first schedule, I said, man, we can win some of these games. We can win some. But let me be totally forthright. The way they set the schedule up, it was supposed to be 4 varsity games and 4 JV games. But things happened to where we played 6 varsity games and 2 JV games. And I already knew JV teams weren't going to beat us, not what I had, right? So we played those 2 JV games. We won a combined like 80-something to 0. And then the other schools, like we played Spoto. We played Brandon. We played the tier 3 teams at the time. We played Blake. But Blake, if you know anything about Blake gonna have some athletes.
Yeah.
Right? We only beat them, 8-6?
Did y'all play Jefferson that year?
No, we didn't play Jefferson. We didn't play
that was
Jefferson.
an easy win. You'd have played Jefferson. Yeah, that was an easy win.
We finished 7-1. Right?
Okay.
We finished
Still
7-1.
champion. How many champions?
Our first year opening, and then the first year we could have a district.
Mm-hmm.
The first year we appeared in a district. We won districts in our first year. We went undefeated in our district. We beat Braden River.
I remember that.
I remember that.
That was a road game, too, but I didn't beat them.
You know, instead of giving our kids some, a pat on the back, everybody kept saying, oh, y'all don't play nobody. But I used to hear whispers, oh, it's going to take y'all time to win. Y'all a new school? I remember this one parent say he wasn't bringing his son over there because y'all are a new school. It's going to take y'all about 3 years to start winning. I told them we winning now.
I didn't know how anybody would see that when you just knew the population.
But even with that, like I said, there are some schools that have large population and they not winning.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. Like I say, the narrative we can't say, well, they got all these kids. Don't mean they're gonna win.
Don't mean they can win.
Don't mean they're gonna win.
I'm gonna tell you, I feel like the reason why we've been so successful because of my coaches, my assistants.
Okay, shout out to the coaching staff out there. Sumner.
You got quite a few dudes I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like I got some coaches.
Yeah,
man.
you do.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, we coach hard.
And the kids are obviously respond to them, and it could be you, but we come from the same school of ball players.
Yeah,
so expectations are probably a little bit different.
My thing is to set the foundation, and me and the coaches, we got to stick to the same plan, and we got to have the same voice. And I feel like all the coaches that's on staff, what's so funny is that every coach that's on my staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I told you it was 18 coaches, and that's what we got, I'm talking about JV and varsity, because you're talking about 120, 130 kids every year, right? We have
JV and varsity.
We have to
college team.
That's college, man.
No, that's a program. That's what it is. And we have to cut, and I hate making cuts, right?
Ooh.
I don't like making cuts because it has to happen. But the coaches that we have on staff, like when I first got the job, I only knew one coach. I didn't bring everybody with me. It just happened to fall in place. It just fell in place. And, my DC, and I often said Coach Selvey, George Selvey.
Yeah.
People say, yeah, that nigga
DC?
man. Yeah.
South Florida, yeah.
South Florida.
South Florida DN, man. Pensacola, stand up.
So,
Yes, sir.
Coach Selvey, like, just because you played at the highest level doesn't mean you can teach kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you might be too far ahead or over
That's
the head, and you might not be able to
we
break down
experienced
their
that at that time for a little while.
Yeah, but
Remember what we had, right?
but our thing is, this is what I told him.
We had.
Yeah.
I told the coach this right here. We gonna teach. We ain't coaching right now. We teaching. So let's teach them, and the only way you can teach them is to show them. And sometimes I can tell you as a player, hey, this is what I need you to do. Do this, do that. No, let me show you. Let me show you how we want it, and that's the difference. And I do have to shout out all my coaches, like I say, Coach Selvey been in DC. I got Corey. Muller. Corey's the DB coach.
Yep.
Shout out to Big John.
Big John.
Big John.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
We
being there
know
with
where
that.
Corey went to school too, though.
Hey,
But we'll leave it there.
Corey being there with that barbecue. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah,
He
I
no
met
look.
Corey.
He no look with the barbecue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But those there's a lot of guys, man. I had this one coach, Coach Davis. He like MacGyver. Say, Coach Davis, this what I need right there. Before you know it, he got it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Coach Davis. I got a lot of coaches, man, and I don't want to name call because I have to name all of them. You get what I'm saying?
Well, we got time. Like I said, I mean, just you remember, just go through your phone. We're gonna take our first break, but I definitely want to get back. I want to ask you something right to the point we come back. So as we do every show, man, we dedicate to my man Will D. Left us in August, man. Good online, got some nice apparel on the Cigar Life. www.cigarlyfe.com. Got some nice shirts on there, some nice apparel. And roughly everybody know what you got going with GD Naps and also LML, sir.
This cat here. You're going to throw it out there. What's going on, Great Dogs, GD9 Attorney Pro Se Consultants. We help people who otherwise can't or find a struggle in getting through certain courtroom battles. I also am a legal assistant at Life Malcolm Law. So if you need an attorney, which I highly recommend, shout me out or find me. You can go to gdnapsy.com. And, of course, you can hit me for a little while longer.
And you got receipts, right?
And we definitely have receipts.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to say, for the guys who are looking to address some of these issues they have with the child support system, get your final judgment and a certified copy of your final judgment, a certified copy of your case summary, and we can help you out.
Okay. We do not own the rights to this music. Give us like about a minute and a half. Torres, give us some. We'll be right back. Yes, sir. We back at it for the second segment of the Chop Shop. I got my man, world famous Waldo, a.k.a. Ruff, Greg Dawson, our special
What?
guest, Sumner High head football coach Alonzo Ashwood. This is something I want you to settle this for me because me and my brother, we argue about this a lot. Non-conference scheduling. Coaches in the county, and we go back and forth about this a lot. I think something that troubles Hillsborough County schools is that I don't think the level of competition. There are certain, like I'm throwing this out there. There's some games like
Throw it out there.
no disrespect to Brandon,
Throw it out there.
no disrespect to Freedom. These are games where okay, hey, everybody gonna play in these games.
It's gonna be a chop shop.
It's gonna be a chop shop. It's gonna be a chop shop. You call your grandma. This the game we're playing there, grandma. Make sure you come to this one. What has to be done as far as the coaches, as far as the ADs to say, you know what, hey, instead of playing this non-district game, maybe can I get Lakewood? Maybe can I get Osceola? Maybe I can get
Talking about home and home too, Coach.
yeah.
Okay, well,
Let's talk about that.
We've kind of like
Please
fixed that.
do.
We fixed that this year somewhat. But what everybody needs to understand, head coaches, and I'm gonna say this again, head coaches do not make schedules.
Thank you.
Head coaches can't tell you who they want to play. Head coaches have nothing to do with schedules, right?
I don't think they heard you, Coach. Can you say it a little bit louder? For me?
Head coaches has nothing to do with the way schedules are made. You got to check with the county, right?
Okay.
So let me tell you how it went this year, right?
Okay.
They'll ask you as a head coach, what is your must-have game? And I will tell my AD, hey, I want to play Hillsborough. Hillsborough have to say they want to play me. That's must-have, right?
So both sides have to agree.
That's right. You got one must-have game, okay? Then you guys have to understand is that Hillsborough County is going to take care of Hillsborough County first.
Uh-oh.
We can't go out and schedule another team from somewhere else. Who this team going to play? So we going to take care of Hillsborough County first, no matter how the matchups look. So first off, everything is like people ask me, why you 7A, 8A? It goes by the number of students you have in school. That decides your district.
Right.
We have nothing to do with that.
Right.
So we'll get a district schedule, right? And then the other games that you play, it has to be the teams within your county. Because let's say if they say, but I'm going to tell you, okay, did that sum that up for y'all? Y'all get it?
Yeah, we
I
get
got
it.
it.
But it's just-
I think two of us had it already.
Okay, well, get this. So, excuse me. So this year, we were asked at the end of the football season, we got a deal, right? This is what's on the table. All you coaches get together. We usually play a spring football game, right? Spring football has been around Tampa, 40 plus years?
Yeah,
maybe
easy.
more.
Everybody played
And
that.
how you play spring football, you practice for 16 days. Day 17, you got a spring game. We got a round robin. We play at Chamberlain. It's us. Excuse me, when I went to Hillsborough, it was Hillsborough, it was Chamberlain, say it was King, and it was
I mean, Lato.
Lato. All four of us at one school. We play the first half. They play the second half, game over. Right? You only play a half. You don't play a whole game.
Right.
Right? We didn't have a such thing as a kickoff classic back then, right? So what happened this year, okay, let's do this. Let's kind of like budget this thing and save a little money, right? If I'm saying it right. Excuse me if I ain't saying it right, Landis. But, right? So they proposition. What if we do this? What if we let you play one out-of-county game in place of the spring game? Every coach gets to have a voice. For the most part, everybody agreed to do away with the spring game. That's why there won't be any round-robin spring games this year. I think there's only 6 schools that chose to play a spring game. So our schedule, Sumner, remind you, we've only been open for 4 years. I believe, and no disrespect, nobody, I believe we got the hardest schedule in the county.
Well, call it
out then.
Call it out.
Look,
There you go.
First game of the year was Kickoff Classic. We played Jesuit. Everybody know about Jesuit. Very good program. Coach Thompson runs a very good program.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. You know, I think Palmer does a good job over there defensively.
Shout out to Coach Palmer, man, my dude.
You know what I mean?
Saw him at the Blake game. in
Tristan's
spring.
still over there too.
You got to
Yeah.
think about it. So that was something we put together. I asked my AD because I spoke to Blake. Excuse me. I spoke to Judge. Hey, y'all want to play the kickoff classic? Okay. First game of the year. So if you chose to play an out of county game, you got to do it between week 1 and week 3. So we'll open it up on the road,
Tell them where you're going.
Bartram Trail.
Up there in Duval.
Yeah.
We're going to Jacksonville. And if you know anything about Bartram Trail,
They tough.
years ago they played Plant.
Oh,
See who?
and they took Armwood to the door with Nathan Peterman.
Okay, so we Jesuit, we Bartram Trail. First home game is Armwood. After we play Armwood, we play Warden. After Warden, we play Lakeland. We're the only.
You got Gator on the
That's
schedule,
a
too.
gauntlet, bro.
Yeah, and look, the only way you gonna get out of this county and you want to go farther and be playing in November. Hopefully, you play that last game in December.
Right,
You got to play teams like that.
right. And then
gotta-
also,
Well, he does say that.
your
You gotta
body of
build up
work,
to it.
you can go 7-3 and have quality wins and be a high seed.
That's what happened in
somebody 10-0.
Miami.
That's
what
how
happened in Miami.
Gaither was.
Right,
Who?
Gator.
Yeah, that's how Gaither was. But if you recall, the first year we went to this suburban, metro, and all that, y'all remember the year Northwestern? That's when they had your boy play for the Rams right now, the receiver.
Atwell, 2-2.
You know when Tutu played, they were 5-5 in one state.
Yeah,
They were 5-5 that year.
yeah. But that
in
shows
one
you the
state.
quality of competition.
Yeah, it's the competition, but it's who you play.
Right.
So, I mean, and I think we also played Hillsborough, Plant City. Well, we got
Yeah.
You gotta earn it.
But that's what I'm saying. But
Ain't nothing
that,
against Plant City, but they ain't that tough, coach. But keep going.
yeah. But like
I
you said,
think-
you playing, but you playing teams
No, I
that went to the
think, I think
playoffs.
Terrence doing a very good. Hicks doing
Yeah.
a good job.
Yeah, but
over
like
there.
just
He doing the
looking
best
at
he
that,
can.
Armwood went to the playoffs.
This guy.
Armwood went to the playoffs last year.
Jesuit.
Jesuit, Plant, Gaither.
Yeah, we got a good schedule, man.
War-
Yeah, that is
I mean,
tough. That's a tough
You got a,
schedule.
you got a nice,
I'm
nice
telling
setup.
you right now, every game on our schedule, I've never, as long as I've ever been a player coach, I never go into a game saying we're gonna lose.
Tell me again, coach.
That ain't
Absolutely
my
not.
mindset. My mindset, hey, we're gonna go in, we're gonna fight, we're gonna win. I never tell my team, you know what? Y'all just do your best, do what you can. No, man, we here to win.
Yeah.
Period.
And we got to get that monkey off our back when it comes to Plant. I don't know freaking
Now
why.
let me ask you, where y'all got Plant this year?
Dade Stadium, you already know.
Oh, okay.
Over there. But they beat us twice.
Once
And
over
every
there.
time we played them, we've been up.
But I think something else too though is that I don't, and no disrespect, no shade.
Go on, say it, D.
Sometimes the lights get bright for some of these kids. I'm just saying. I mean, like you say, you're in the moment, you're winning, you get fat a little bit.
We as coaches could make mistakes, and you know
That's part of
there was
it.
some things that we could have done, like when they just beat us this past year. To see we was 2 games away from going to state.
Yeah,
They freaking beat us.
and they lost to who? St. Thomas.
No, they lost to Columbus.
That's it.
We
Yeah.
would have played Columbus,
Okay.
but we were up 14-0, bro. 14-0. And they came back and they beat us. We had the ball last. And I feel like had we scored, we win that game. You
lost what, 3?
We lost by 2.
Okay. But I think something else too though is that it's hard, like for your last game when it's final, especially for your seniors. Because you have, how many seniors you had last year?
19.
19.
But people got to realize I ain't have my dogs. My top receiver, Tyler Williams, was out. He didn't even play. My running back, Devin Spencer, he was hobbled. He probably was playing on 60%. Because a couple of times he broke. Had that been a healthy Devin, he out the gate.
Yeah, he's out
So
the
are they back this year? Or they gone?
Both of them gone.
Mm.
No, Tyler's back. Tyler's my receiver who has like every offer you want to name right now.
And that's what I wanted to get to because I want you to beat your chest a little bit. Sometimes I see you on Facebook and you have like a who's who of coaches that come out there. You know, you flick up with like I've seen Brent Venables, I've seen Dabo Sweeney,
Yep.
I've seen coaches from Purdue,
Yep.
I've seen Kansas State coaches, and We talk about a program that's been in exist for 5 years.
That's because my boys, they do the work. And if you can play, they're gonna come find you.
Tell them that again too.
You got to put in that work.
But that's also that's good. I'm sorry, Waldo.
I want to ask you about that as far as recruiting goes. How much of the weight do you lift off the kids' shoulders as far as a head coach and getting kids recruited?
I try to lift all of it so they ain't got to do nothing but go play. You let
That's
me.
a good coach.
You let me talk, but this is what I need from you. It's collective. It's collective. What I mean by that, first off, is your parents, right? Then it's your coaches. It's the administration, right? Mm-hmm. It's all these people that's working for you. All I need you to do, I need you to go to class. I need you to be a better student than a better player. Absolutely. Because it's easy. It's easy to do football because that's what they've been doing.
Right.
That's easy. Take care of stuff like, well, we don't have to worry about it, right? So when a recruiter comes, this is the first thing recruiters wanna talk about. Number one, not what kind of football player is he, not the film, because sometimes they come in there and they ask for who they want. My job is to sell them on these kids that they don't ask about. Because we got 3 guys that's Power 5, right? We got Tyler Williams, the receiver. We got Cameron White, the linebacker. And we got Zaire Addison, the O-lineman. Okay. But that's not all that we have. We have other kids, but they come and asking for these kids, right? So I have to sit up there and I sell them, but when they come, the first thing they ask about, what kind of character does he have?
I keep trying to tell you that.
What's his?
That's something they always gonna look for. They gonna look for that.
They say, what's his background? Like, how's his family?
Right.
That's what they want to know first, right? And the thing of it is, coaching, you just asked me, right? I want to put a kid in front of a coach where I think he has a chance. I'm not going to put a kid in front of a Power 5 coach if I don't, and you know what? Tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't like to put kids in front of Florida if
you don't think they're going to cut it in Florida.
You're not a Florida guy.
I never tell a kid, you can't play at Florida. I never tell a kid what they can't play, but I'm realistic. I want to give them the best shot. So I'm not going to sit him in front of Oklahoma. Like when Oklahoma came,
Venables, okay.
Everybody can't sit in front of Venables. You just want to sit there and say you talk to Coach Venables? Coach Venables like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, no, that's who the next person, bring the next person in.
You ain't gonna answer the next person.
Nah, but this is what I do too. So say I got these big guys, these Power 5 guys, right? Mm-hmm. But I got a FCS school, right? I got a smaller school, a mid-major. Mm-hmm. Those 3 that I know got these big dreams, Power 5, stay in class. I'm going to get the ones. I don't want you taking the focus off of them. Mm-hmm. So I do it both ways. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get those guys. Now, I never tell a college, oh, you can't talk to him. I don't never say that. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to. If a guy from, I ain't going to even put no name with it. Let's just say he's a mid-major, right? Mm-hmm. He's from the MAC. He ain't from the SEC. And I know that this guy want to go Power 5 and the mid-major, the MAC, want to talk to him, I'm going to pull him out of class and let you talk to him.
Right.
I'm never going to tell a coach.
Yeah, as long as he's requesting.
Yeah, but that's my job. My job is to sell the kids that's under the little radar a little bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And my job is to tell them, take care of this first. Take care of classroom. Boy, you got to get in that weight room.
So let me ask you this, 'cause I mean,
then football.
Now you part of the recruiting process years ago. Were there any other schools besides FAM that looked at you?
Oh man, I went on that scholarship. Like we got this thing in my fraternity, right? We big on scholarship. I was just an average Joe when it came to getting my book work. Right. And I came out when they had Prop 48.
Okay.
So that's TMIC too, right?
Huh?
That's you came out with yeah.
Yeah, and that's what caught me. I was just an average student, man. But when I came out of high school, it's nothing like it is now. Man, kids get off of 10th, 11th grade. Like it's so much easier. Now, there's no SAT, ACT anymore.
Huh? Oh, it's not?
Yeah, that's gone, bro. Y'all didn't know?
No,
I didn't know that.
Now you
this
know.
is news to me.
Yeah.
You mean for the athlete or just in general?
Look, for high school athletes who get scholarships, SAT, ACT, thanks
No
to
longer?
COVID, no, not required.
That's crazy.
But you still got to have that core GPA.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
your core
Yeah,
GPA,
but that,
I don't know exactly.
That,
It's 2.5.
that ain't hard no more.
No, but you got to understand, like that right there. You know, the last time since COVID, you talking about 20, you talking about 5 years. No, SAT, ACT.
I didn't know that.
Well,
I sure didn't either.
now you know. Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to rest in peace, Coach John Thompson. I appreciate what he did because he was right. I didn't like the Prop 48. He stood up against it.
Prop 48 was, I don't know, man. It's just
We know what it was. I know what it was. I won't say it now.
When I was in high school,
was it?
man, I had a few offers, but I ain't had the one I wanted. I wanted to go from in Miami, but
Okay.
I had a chance to go JC. My coach Ike, that was my man. If you ever asked
Yeah, rest on Coach I. He did a lot for the kids, Hills, but I remember a lot of people talked about him.
Coach,
A real positive light.
no, Coach Ike was like, he was everything.
But you wear that, quiet and kept the coach, you wear that same hat with a lot of kids that you got now. Because I sit back and think, I'm amazed and not changing the subject. I remember like when Mike signed, I'm at Tech, Mike go to Indiana, the year before DeQuan go to Florida. So you got a handful of kids but every year you got signed today, you got at least 7, 8 kids. They playing Saturday football. I'm talking about where you could watch. I ain't talking about streaming. I ain't talking about, okay, we got to go in, log on to ESPN, ABC, Fox Sports. And once again, what's so mind-blowing is that we talking about a 4-year program. That's a tribute to what y'all doing, coaching, administration, but it go back to the same thing. Everything works smoother when you're winning. And I don't mean to go back, but I remember me and you had talks when you was at Middleton.
That was a learning curve. Yeah.
That's I understand, but I said
Don't bring that up no more.
No, I'm just saying, but see, I was with him. Like I'm with him. Like I remember he got the job. Okay, Kobe. I remember vividly, and I always try to tell people, you don't get the support when you are not winning. You don't.
That's not
I
what it
wouldn't
is.
be at Sumner today.
That ain't what.
Tell me what it is then.
He was an up and coming coach. The parental support isn't the same either.
Okay,
The quality of vegetable that he was allowed to cook with.
okay. Let's back up, Parcells. If you 82,
Hey, if you got to go to, you ain't going to Whole Foods.
Yeah, save a lot.
now you're Aldi. You're Aldi.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question right here. I got Jerome Parham, but he be cutting up.
Wait, but you
he
went
teed
there.
the red. He wants to know what's your thoughts on Coach Clabo being Coach of the Year.
Hey, man, I don't have no control over that. So, Coach Clabo beat us for districts 2 years in a row. So, I guess that's how they do it. But I don't get into the Coach of the Year. And if I get it, which I've gotten it one time, so.
They tired of seeing you.
Huh?
They must be tired of seeing you up there.
No, I only got it once. That's cool. My thing is I don't care about being the Coach of the Year.
You want to put in that
You want to
first
be
Saturday
in Orlando or
that
Tallahassee.
in December,
be-
the first week of December.
I want to be recruiter of the year. Like get my boys to school. So that's nice to get stuff like that. But my thoughts on it, hey, shout out to him, man. That's all I can tell you. They did what they had to do to beat us 2 years in a row. And we finally got that monkey off our back. You let them know because they had beat us 4 times. But
And y'all beat him in the playoff.
yeah, we got them.
Yeah.
We did something to them in that playoffs.
Now let me ask you, where y'all got Jesuit at? I know that's kickoff preseason. They come to y'all or y'all go?
I think we're gonna go to them.
I figured it. Yeah, Jesuit. Jesuit always got to be. They got to be the first. You got to come see us first before we
That's
go.
okay.
Before we go to you.
I got a question for you. So, I don't know, like, being in the area out there in Riverview, the households, are they any different than the the households in the inner city? Like,
Boy, don't even ask that
Come
question.
on, Waldo. What's wrong with you, man? Why you starting stuff? No,
I'm not starting.
Come on,
This is a legitimate
man,
question.
No, it was
This
not.
yes, it is.
That's checkers
no,
and Five
Come on,
Guys.
man. But he already know the answer.
That's
to it.
checkers, Red Robin.
That goes to the vegetables.
And
Yeah, that's checkers.
Well, I tell my boys all the time, they can't be at fault because their parents worked so hard to let them live better than they did. So yeah, we got the 4 and the 5 bedroom houses. You get what I'm saying?
Kids driving their own cars. You ain't got to take nobody home.
As opposed when I was at Hillsboro and at Middleton, it was nothing for me to come outside. You better know by 5 I'm waiting, sitting on my car.
Coach.
I need a ride.
Need a ride, Coach.
As
So we don't have the
opposed-
activity bus anymore, Coach?
What?
Okay, see, he didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
tell-
Ain't no
tell me-
activity
Tell me
bus.
about the activity. Tell me about the activity.
I already know about it. We had it at the crib called the late bus.
We don't have activity buses.
And how many cars be in the driveway?
And
when you
hold on,
drop
let
them
me
off?
say this: to Hillsborough County, we gotta do better. I'm about to say something. I'm about to forget where I was.
now he answered. Can I give him a follow up question?
Go ahead, Waldo.
As far as
Ruff,
the
you're
support and as far as funds and fundraising,
Oh boy, everybody gonna hate me for that.
Go
how
ahead, let's run it.
how is that different at Sumner, or would you say at like a Hillsboro or
Or just say middle school.
Well, I can tell you this right here. Every school, every sport fundraises. There's no way you're gonna make it if you don't. There's nothing. When I tell you there's nothing that we need and don't have, we have to take care of it. And I can tell you this right here, and I want to give a shout out to my boy Mike Trigg, right? He does my
No, absolutely. Sponsor.
One of the sponsors of the show, man. Go ahead. Holla.
So Mike Trigg does my pregame meals, right? And when I tell you he generous, like, it's crazy, right? Dude is he's a good dude, right? So when you ask me about the funds and fundraisers, what's the difference between where I was and where I'm at? It is the parent support, right? It's the parent support. You got to go out and be visual. Like D has always told me, hey, you got to get out in the community. You got to go out and you got to hustle. You got to ask for funds. You got to do all these things, right? But as far as the fundraising, like we're doing a fundraiser now. We do, but I only do one fundraiser. And if y'all want to contribute to the fundraiser,
Let
You
them know how
better
they
get them donuts, man. Real fine chocolate.
no, I'm gonna tell you how it goes. And I think D helped me out last year.
Last 2 years, but I ain't gonna be petty. But go ahead.
Yeah, you
keep
ain't
going.
gonna-
Just was though.
Ain't
Just
nobody
was.
counting.
You're-
Hey,
you're-
Everybody count.
And I have it in my truck right now. So when this over with, I'm going in my truck. I'll be back, right?
We're gonna tell them what it
So
is,
this
man.
is how the fundraising. I got the idea from a cheerleading coach one year. So what it is, everybody has done it. What it is, it's a calendar. Calendar
like
got
Kalunda.
31 days on it.
Some of them.
Okay. The calendar goes like this. I give each kid a calendar. He goes to Uncle Darryl. Hey, Uncle Darryl, I'm doing a fundraiser for my football team.
Man, I'm married. I ain't got no money. But go ahead, keep going.
Would you want to sponsor a day for me?
Whatever the day is, that's how much you pay.
Give me day 7. Guess how much he got to give me? $7. What uncle or aunt ain't gonna give you $7?
Yeah, I'm day one.
Okay.
What you?
Hey,
Go and get out of here.
Yeah.
check this out now.
It's every month.
Sometimes I do this. When your birthday? Your birthday the 31st? Give me $31. Now it's easy for me to do, right? Because I got family, I got friends, I got frat bro.
Yeah.
Like they'll
You
help
plugged
me
in. You connected.
because they know what the cause is.
What the end?
But when I tell you,
Everybody got
when
that.
when we pay for everything we got, believe me, brother, like equipment. We got 2 teams, 100+ players. We share dummies. We share all this stuff. You know the decals on our helmet? You know the stripes? We got to pay for that. You know the socks? We pay for that. You know all the huddle that they watch? We pay for that.
Hold on,
And-
this way it gonna get good. Tell them how many uniform combinations y'all got out there.
Oh, we got it. We got it.
Let's talk about that. Let's
We
talk
got
about
that
that.
We look good, man. That the combination when they decided to put the color scheme together for Sumner, they did a very good job. They did a very good job with the colors. So, I mean, give or take. And speaking of uniform, we got some brand new crispy white. You get what I'm saying?
But I tell you what that goes back to, Coach. When you winning, when you win it, you can go out to people. And I got DeWani on here now.
Okay.
Shout out to the little brother, my baby brother. When Bloomingdale went to the 4, lost to St. Thomas, he told me, and we had a conversation that the kids wanted hoodies. They got about 75, 80 hoodies. I don't know what the price was, but somebody cut the check. And that goes back to you when you winning, it's easy to ask for stuff.
Well, that's different because what the one in Bloomingdale did, but you got to understand, we don't have an alumni base.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have nobody we can go to, hey, we need this right here. We fundraise. We have kids pay for stuff. I mean, this is my whole thing. So, say a kid plays for the Longhorns, the East Bay Bucks, the Tampa Spartans. Mm-hmm. There's a registration fee, right?
Right.
If they told you as a parent, hey, Ty has a registration fee to come out here and it's $350, when you think they're gonna pay it? The next day, it's gonna get paid. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm at Sumner. If I say anything, hey, we need this, we need that, it ain't like that. It just don't happen like that. So if I'm telling you it's not as, and that's always my comparison. You play here, they ask you like, what's the difference? But they think it's high school. Everything is taken care of. But everything is not taken care of in high school when it comes to sports. I don't know if everybody knows. Even sometimes it's the transportation issue.
So we got with the alumni when Tech went for a lot of them 3 years ago.
The young lady that I didn't realize that they weren't taking high school players to.
Yeah, Coach Royce at Spoto.
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah,
it's different, man. But football being one of the biggest sports, we'll always have a bus. Think you're talking 60 kids, you got equipment, but we still have coaches who have to load up their trucks to bring what we need because everything can fit on the bus. Like water coolers, the kicking net for the kicker, balls and stuff. All that can't fit on the bus.
Now let me ask you this. Now being in the county,
Yeah, they had one bus for.
they won't allow y'all to maybe say if you have a donor that wanted to get y'all something like where you could put all this stuff in. Because I think Hillsborough County, everybody had to have the same thing, right?
They love parity. Parity is very big, but if you get somebody to sponsor you, they're never going to tell you no, they can't do it.
They told Bone that though. Remember that year?
Huh?
Told Bone that about the uniforms he bought for Jefferson. They made him, but that may not be a buzz.
Well, even though you say kids always like new uniforms, it still has to pass a spec. It has to be approved.
That's what
you just can't go buy nothing and say, hey, we got it.
Could you sit back and think, when you played at Hillsborough, how many jerseys y'all had?
2.
You mean when I played?
Yeah,
two,
right?
Red and white.
Red and white. And then your pants was what?
Red
and white.
So you had all white, all red, okay. But like you say, Sumner, you got, what color pants you got at Sumner?
We got gray, white, blue, and green.
And that's a lime green, right?
It's called
Lightning
Kelly
green.
Kelly green.
Kelly green. Okay, excuse me, Kelly green.
Lightning green.
So right there, you talk about 4 full different kinds. So you can switch up. You could do the white jersey, Kelly green pad. You can be all over the place with it.
And we got every color sock to match with it too. We got the green sock, the white sock, the blue sock. But those things, like I say, we have to fundraise and get it. We got to do it, but you got to understand too.
Parham talking about they do a fundraiser, kids knocking on doors out here.
But you got to understand.
Parham, stop that, man.
4. We may have 4 combinations, but we got 2 teams.
Know what I'm saying? But that goes back to the same thing, though.
That's all right.
It's easy, and I know you say, out here, y'all got 120 kids, so that's a lot. When you get into the jersey aspect, then the kids want to be fresh. They cleat gang got to be.
We got rules though. We got rules. You can't just. I'm old school with new school flavor. What I mean by that, you gonna wear what we give you. Like you'll never catch none of our players with one blue sock, one green sock, one tight
soccer socks.
No. One it's got a little uniform. Like my coach is so in tune.
So we can't have one
the long
leg sleeve.
No, that ain't flying.
No sleeve on the arm.
But this is what I tell them. I control everything from the waist down.
Okay.
From the waist up, y'all do what y'all want to do. Y'all do that, y'all can have 5 wristbands. I don't care. But the way you look down here, I don't tell kids they can't spat. I don't care. That's what makes you feel good, make you play. Go ahead and spat. But guess what? You're gonna buy your own tape.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
You're gonna buy your own tape. You can spat. But as far as the socks, and the one thing that drives me crazy is when they have their shirts out. They emulate what they see on TV, how you got your jersey on and the white shirt hanging out, right?
No.
That ain't happening.
No.
That's not happening.
That's supposed to be illegal in high school anyway.
But this is what I tell them.
Just don't look good.
All the accessories, y'all get together as a team and y'all decide it. Y'all green this week? Okay, y'all wear green accessories. Y'all wear white. Y'all wear blue. I don't like that black and all that kind of stuff like that. But one time they got me. They came out with gray uniforms. Everybody had on black tights.
Ooh. But I mean, I know you got to remain in coach mode. I know you got to remain, but that was flat on one.
But see, sometimes you got to compromise.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't.
That sound hard. I ain't see it, but it sound hard though.
You can't be so authoritative, and you don't let your kids have no. I'm all about them having fun too.
But you said uniform. They was all uniform.
Yeah, so they got me. That's what I said. Lose if you want to.
We gotta get ready to take our next break. We're gonna get back into it with Coach Ashwood. This good stuff here. The next segment gonna be brought to you by my man Carlos Barton down there at the Auto Repair Center.
He like
Talk
us
to him
tonight.
today.
He like us tonight with him, right?
He out the Lakers.
Yeah,
He like the other team in LA.
He like the Clippers.
And he ride with the Bucks.
They the fake.
He don't like the Nuggets. He ain't said nothing about the Nuggets.
He already said the Nuggets gonna be the Lakers for one. He already said that.
Oh, okay.
So 813-443-4730. 7101 North 40, Tampa, Florida. You see we rocking our chop shop apparel. Go check us out.
You see what Coach got on?
Oh. Yeah, you gonna get into that.
No, the colors.
Elevate Designs, yeah. We're gonna get Elevate Design 813-400-7015. Dade City, go ahead and let them know about Odell younger brother. King's Care.
Y'all make sure y'all check us out, kingscare.com, on Instagram, kings_care, for a king made by a queen. We are on Amazon. We're still working on Prime, but they dragging their feet with us, so we still working on that. But we are in Brandon Mall at Everyday Shops. The grand opening was Friday the 19th. So if you're in the Brandon Mall, go in there, check us out, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Make sure y'all follow us.
Call Jeff and tell him to go ahead and speed up with that Prime for you.
Yeah, man. Call him, man. Hit him on
I hit him on his
IG.
hip. No, I got him on his hip. I hit him on his hip.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just hit him up, man. But yeah. So check us out, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow us.
Want to thank y'all for waiting, kicking it with us over here at Chop Shop. Yours truly, EZDZ. Got my man, world famous Waldo, kicking it.
You're welcome.
AKA Greg Dawson.
You know what he want?
There you go again. Our special guest tonight, man, Alonzo Ashwood, head coach of Sumner High School. Now, I want to ask you this, because this is something I've always been curious about with coaches, especially at that level. Do you have coaches that coaches at other schools that, like, you know, hey, when you see them, y'all chirp a little bit one another? I mean, it's friendly, you know, not to say, okay, we're going to whoop, you know, just that you got those relationships with, okay, like, you know, y'all cut up and clown when you see each other.
Yeah, it's always good to, you know, coach against guys you know and guys you don't know, they heard of you. It's all about respect. At the end of the day, no matter what, I think we all have respect for one another. But there are some times where some things get, you know, the vision get blurry. Especially if a kid leaves your school and go to another school, it's always a problem. Coach, why you messing with my kids? So you get that all the time. You know what I'm saying? You always get that, and they recruiting, they doing these things like that. So, but as far as when I see coaches, and I seem to think, you know, as far as the coaches that I know and the coaches that I don't know, I just try to keep a good name. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes, like, people ain't gonna like you for no reason. Like, it's just gonna happen. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the
They
day,
say competition breeds contempt, right?
yeah, I think it's all about respect. I respect all the coaches. You know, like, they may say things about me, and like I did hear somebody told me when I first got the job at Sumner, oh, he'll last for 2 years, he'll be done. You know?
That's why not? That's negative energy.
I know it's negative energy, but like you say, when you win,
He goes away.
Is that-
When
is
you
that-
cure,
is that-
secure all
You can do
in.
what you
No,
want when
but
you're
is that coach still coaching?
yeah, I ain't gonna say his name.
You gotta say his name.
I ain't gonna even say what school he go to.
I ain't gonna ask us to school. I do ask, are they
You
on
gonna
the
say what he
schedule?
look like?
Are they on the schedule?
No, I'm not
told
gonna.
you.
You ain't gonna tell. Okay,
I'm not gonna say any of that, but
Okay, that's
you
fair.
know,
Where
it's
you go to
just
college at?
it's just some things, you know, like some things that coaches
What's that
say about
sound
other coaches, or even this is it. You got a coach that coach for you, but he leaves and go to another school, and then you see him, and you know, like, hold on, we coach together. Like, I don't have no hard feelings. You know, it depends on how you leave. If we don't see eye to eye on certain things, then we may have to part. And I got this big thing, right? This is what I always tell coaches. You can always coach here, but if it get to a point where we don't see eye to eye, no matter what it is, then we have to go our separate ways. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's always gonna happen.
It's about growth. Yeah.
It's always gonna happen. Some people may think they're ready for certain things, and then you may not think they're ready, because it all comes down to your time. Like, our kids need your time. You always got to be
Yeah,
there.
that's thankless work. That's round the clock. Like I said, you at the school with them, and then you teach. So you see them probably when spring and summer. I mean, when school starts, probably 11, 12 hours a day.
We spend more time with our kids more than spend time at home.
Yeah,
Right.
We spend a lot of time, and that's why one thing about playing football, you really have to be, you got to be disciplined and dedicated, because it takes a lot of sacrifice to play.
It take a lot of sacrifice. I wanted to talk to you, ask you about compensation. Do you feel you are well compensated for the job that you do?
No. But
Is
go ahead, I'm sorry.
is there anything you can see that can change that to bring that compensation?
Well, that has to start from the top. Like, we as coaches, we feel like everything that we do during the year, and there is some compensation as far as a head coach, and being a high school football coach here in Hillsborough County, out of every sport, the head football coach is paid more than anybody. But it's a stipend. It's split up. It's split up between fall and spring. But I did hear, if I'm not mistaken, that we did get like a little bump up in pay. But if you think about it,
Pay as a coach, or pay as a
No,
you're
just-
a teacher also. So
yeah, I'm a teacher as well.
I know y'all got the teachers got to pay a bump, right?
Well, I ain't seen the bump.
Hillsborough County hasn't seen the bump.
Well, I ain't seen the bump.
He ain't
That
say
man
they ain't
say
get it. He
he
said
ain't
he
seen
haven't
it.
seen it.
That man say he ain't seen.
So
I bet I
take
didn't make
okay.
that trip.
So take into account if you talk about compensation, right? So I've been an educator for 24 years.
Right.
But this is my, okay, thank you. This is my first year being what we call a behavior specialist. So that's my role now. So what I do is
So you put your hands on kids.
no.
So straightening them out. Okay.
So check it out. So it speaks for itself. Behavior specialist.
Oh, I already know.
Because I feel like the rapport I have with all my kids, and the reason why I feel like I can reach them, because I give them respect first. You know what I mean? They want to know you respect them.
Right.
They want to know that they can come to you and they trust you.
Right.
So once I build that right there, they'll almost do anything I ask them to do. So on top of me being, the behavior specialist and then being the head coach with a stipend, the thing that I wish I could do is pay every assistant. But everybody's not everybody's not paid. You can only pay so many JV and varsity coaches. That's all you can do. Wow. So what I want to do, I wish there was a pool of money that I can give them for their volunteer time because they're volunteering. Right. That's what they do.
I guess the question I had to ask, not necessarily I don't want to say from a legal perspective, but is it improper or will it be considered in contravention of some well-established rule that you could not pay them from a gathered pool of money?
No, you can. You can do that. I that's what we want to do.
Where the money going to come from?
Where it's going to come from? I don't know, but sometimes.
But if it's there, you can pay them.
Yeah, if it's there, you can
get
pay
it.
them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think all of them should get some kind of compensation, but I feel like if it's your first year, you've never coached high school football. If this your first year on mine, you ain't getting that stipend. The stipend
No, you gotta get some
sweat
stripes.
equity, Torres.
The stipend gonna go to this veteran coach that's been there.
I was going to say, I'm going to come out and see if I get a little stipend a little bit.
Come on, bro.
You already getting one, ain't you?
Not from coaching.
You a coach? What?
I'm finna start.
What would you do? Offense or defense?
Whatever open.
Yeah, but I think
Whatever's open.
I think as far as the compensation
The
part,
door is, get out.
I think as far as like you asked me the compensation part, like if you compare us to any other state, we're
Terrible.
one of the lowest. Georgia is good, Texas is another thing. You can't even. That's another level.
You can't even get into that.
You can't even
That's
like
crazy.
everybody else. But it's always been said Florida has the best athletes.
Right.
Between Florida, between California and Georgia, I don't know all the pay scales, but I know down here, I wish we did. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I do this thing for free. It don't even matter.
I enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
I was
old school, so I'm not surprised by
I
that.
feel like you're pretty much doing it for free anyway. But
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Anybody listening? All my coaches, myself or whatever, if I could say we would like more, but I mean that doesn't even come into my psyche. Like I don't even look at the money part. I really don't, because it's either I'm gonna do it or I don't do it. I'm gonna tell you where I get my joy. I get my joy when I see our kids go to school. And then the biggest thing I love is when they can call you when they in school somewhere and they'll say, Coach, you was right. You was right.
shout out to Coach Ashwood.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Yeah,
That's that payday. That's payday
Yeah,
for
right.
me right there.
Yeah.
That's bigger than anything. Now I want to ask you, because I know we talk about running the score up.
Mm-hmm.
You took your lumps at Middleton. I mean,
Yep.
that's well documented. Do you recall teams trying to run the score up on y'all?
Do a couple years ago at Ward.
Sumner?
What? Yeah, we were riding high. We were like
That was our game of the week too. That was our game of the week too.
Five
and they
and
got
0,
whooped.
6 and 0.
And they were 5-1, I think.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, they were 5-1.
Man, they trying to score on a 2-point conversion with a minute left. But you know what? I'm not one of those coaches go shake hands. Man, what you doing, man? Why you just... That's our fault.
You got
Yeah,
That's
like
all
the
I tell
Falcons
you.
head
stop
coach.
him.
That's our fault.
Like the Falcons
Stop
head
'em.
coach. Yeah, that's what I said.
I can
James.
stop him.
Interviewing Fish.
I can remember my first year, we lost to Durant, and they was tearing us up. They beat us like 30-something nothing. But
Okay.
at that point, we were 6-0 as a new team, as a new school, right? And it was the end of the game, like 2 minutes left. They trying to score. Timeout. I call timeout. I called them in. I said, whatever y'all do, y'all better not quit. Y'all better not let them get in this end zone, because they trying to get another touchdown on y'all. and they can see in that loss, yeah, we lost, but y'all won at the same time. Because I'm going to tell y'all, man, them kids fought to the end, but as far as running the score up, it was done to me. But I never got mad at the coach for doing it, because at the end of the day, I never want to, kind of like embarrass another team. But at some point, you hand the ball off to a kid and he scored like, I think kids that never get a chance to play,
heck yeah, they want to score.
They want that glory. They want it too. So I got to give them a chance too.
They practice just as hard as everybody else, right?
We got to ask you: have you ran the score up on anybody?
Good question, Walter.
Have I ever ran the score up on anybody?
Knowingly,
nah. That ain't in my character. Just to run it up, or doing trick plays and you down. I mean, the team is down. Nah, I don't want to do that. Hey, coach, we just gonna run the ball. Now, if we keep running and we keep scoring, I can't stop that. But some coaches will tell you, yeah, you did run the score up on us. Nah, no, we didn't. Because
you had a couple of games that stuck out, like y'all did 65-0 over Brandon.
But I
put up 64 on somebody.
Yeah, but my thing
put
is,
up 50 on Jefferson.
It's kind of hard.
He went.
It's okay though.
You know what's kind of hard? You ain't really trying to run up, but every time you on defense, they throw a pick six, touchdown. Things you can't.
I did. I used to referee. I did a JV game, King versus Tech. The first 4 possessions of the game,
touchdowns, wasn't it?
Tech scored.
So it's 24, 26, that.
The first 4 possessions of the game.
In the first quarter.
Everyone. I'm not talking about Tech first 4 possessions.
I get what you're saying.
I'm saying the first 4 possessions.
Tech
scored a touchdown.
So kickoff.
And Tech scored.
Kickoff touchdown. Whatever.
Yep.
Just touchdown. So
defense, fumble, return, anything.
They had a punt. The first one, they kicked the ball off. Dude ran it probably like 4 yards on the kickoff. He fumbled the ball. He picked it up. They cleaned him up. So 3 downs, they punt. The punt get blocked. Touchdown. They ran the ball, blocked the punt, ran it in the end zone. They kick it.
How do you keep a straight face?
I'm like, what do you want me to do? So it was 4 straight touchdowns for Tech. The first 4 possessions of the game.
That's bad. I think a lot of times that, a lot of people like, because, we get the scores as they come in. I'm like, man. And I get on him saying the boy, because Dawes has the mindset that the area is competitive. Like, it's really not. I mean, you got a handful of teams that are really, really good. And then there's, just like you said, a melting pot, then you slide down. You got your Publix.
It's like it's no middle class.
Right, you got your Publix.
It's either you rich or you poor.
Yeah, you got your Publix, you got your Winn
I'm old
Dixie.
school. I don't like school.
And then you got your corner store.
I think it took the neighborhoods out of the school.
Well, that's what happened, man. Like I say, and I keep going back to it, just how the neighborhoods have changed.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my friend Bernard Cannon, the AD at Jefferson.
Yeah, shout out. Him and Mr. Wanda, good people.
Bernard told me one day he could look out the door and see everybody walking from Carver City, walking to school.
Like when I was going there.
Yeah, he said you don't see that. Same thing like Chamberlain, Sulphur Spring. You out roll down Florida, you don't see nothing but new apartment buildings easy. Like, and then you talk about just the things that our kids get into today. Like they can do a whole lot of things other than play football.
Right.
So that's probably part of the problem.
But I think something else too, though, coaches, that we had Aaron Mason on here, running back at Gaither. He'll be a senior next year. Actually, he'll be a junior.
He'll be a junior, yeah.
Right. So I asked him. I said, if Gaither was 0-10 your first 2 years, would you stay? He was like, I leave. And that's the thing. Like I be telling Dawson that these kids, it's not even a matter of competing anymore. They want to go where they can win. So, like you said, I understand we're going to your school in your area, sense of pride. But here we go again. You grew up, Hillsborough was your school, or that was?
I wasn't zoned for.
You wasn't zoned for Hillsborough. That's where you wanted to go.
I was on for Plant.
Zoned for Plant. Okay. You was on for Jefferson. But it's hard for me in today's time. When these kids, like you say, you take a kid at Brandon, they done won 2 games in the last 2 years. What's going to keep that kid
from going somewhere else?
Right.
But why would you want to go to? Well, why would you want to go to Brandon? If you are a top tier athlete,
You asking who that? Me or Alonzo? You talking about just in general?
anybody,
Anybody?
If you're a top you're a top athlete, say you're a top running back in the area.
Right.
Why would you go to Brandon? Why would you want to play at Brandon? What would keep you at Brandon?
What would make you a top running back?
I mean,
Coming up, TBYFL, you one of the top running backs in a little league, and you zone for Brandon.
That happens though.
What would keep you at Brandon?
But it goes back to the same thing with the tradition. You know, when you get to be our age, tradition does ride with you.
But these kids
don't
care
understand
about you. They don't
tradition.
No,
understand.
that ain't no tradition. It's I'm gonna tell you
What
what
would
it
make me
is.
happy right now? That's a tradition. That's what makes me happy.
Yeah, but what it is, it's a person. It's a coach. It could be me.
That's what I keep telling
It could
him.
be me I'm gonna go play for him because I know my family knows him and stuff like that.
That's what I told
Well, I
him.
went to school here.
I
That's where
went
I
to
went.
school.
That's where I went.
But they not big on cause your mama went there. That's where I'm going. My uncle went there. I'm gonna go there. No, it's more about the relationships. If you want to know the truth,
And that's
it's
what
the
I-
relationship.
they need to get what I told you at Jefferson. They need to get a coach
Oh,
that
I-
is
I-
connected
absolutely.
with these youth programs and
Right.
can
Oh,
pull
man.
players in.
That-
And then also got history. Went to the school.
He don't even have to have history. He don't have to have history.
But we got enough.
He got
here
to have
that
players.
We have enough here that can pull it. They can pull.
You got to have players.
I want to say this since I got the floor. This is the last thing, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
No, keep going. We
I'm talking
rocking and
about
rolling.
the name of
You
the
know,
show.
you know what the thing that kind of like, I ain't gonna say it upsets me, but nowadays, our kids got a trainer for everything. They got this speed coach. They got this
Agility,
O-line coach.
yeah.
They got this and that, and these parents they shell out all this money for all this specialty stuff, right? Mm-hmm. How does that translate to football on this field? Now, I'm not saying what they're doing.
But you probably had a speed coach. You ran track.
I know, no.
Oh, yeah. That was the speed coach.
See, we different.
That was the speed coach.
We got it because we ain't have all this,
got
right?
it out the mud.
But now there's so many, and I don't want to knock nobody profession about what they doing. But the thing that upsets me, right? I got a kid can't come to my practice or our practice because he telling me he got a session. You got a session with who?
Wait. Now, see, I ain't know nothing about that.
Yeah, but they have told me.
you
well,
can have a
coach,
session, all right.
well, coach, I got this session.
Go play for him.
Yeah, go play for him. Yeah.
I got
What
this.
school he- what
I
school
got
he
this.
teach at?
Watch this.
Yeah.
I got this session, and this is the thing about the guys that do it. All of them don't do it. They never get with you as his high school coach and tell you, "Hey, I'm with that kid more than you. I understand him." Just like 7-on-7s. I have nothing, and this is what I always tell them: you can do whatever it is you want to do, but Sumner come first. When you finish practice over here, you can go anywhere you want to go, but you're going to take care of this one first because this is something I can do that your 7-on-7 coach can't do, your speed coach, your trainer. You know what I can do that he can't do? I can talk to Burt Venables when he come there about you. I can go get him a transcript. I can walk him down to your guidance office. I can let him meet one of your teachers. You think the recruiter comes in there and say, "Hey, how did you do on your 7-on-7 this week?
See,
How you doing,
he don't blow me.
How
'cause I
much-
didn't know that wasn't
How
high
much
school.
you live?" They don't.
What, the 7-on-7?
I did not
They got
know
high
to
school
just-
team 7-on-7.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But
They
no,
don't-
I didn't know that 7-on-7s for high school existed outside of
Yeah,
y'all's
but
control.
they don't
No,
care.
the 7-on-7 is 10. It's like AAU football.
Yeah, that's the only
It's
thing.
AAU football.
But
That's
they might have-
really what the
they
7-on-7
expect,
is.
like they do like fall. I mean, like winter, they might do like a team Tampa.
No, but I thought
But in
that
the
was
summer,
through
they
the coach.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
thought
but
it's
you
through y'all.
gotta be real careful because with everything going on, especially with NILs and things like that, there's some vultures out there. I try to protect my boys. And number one, mind you, injury. You know what I mean? You can get injured at practice, but you're doing the 7-on-7s and things like that. Some people are real good at it. But what I'm saying is, like, some of our kids are put that before their team. And they think, like, one thing you got to understand, colleges or universities, they don't go to 7-on-7s. They can't be there. They get the resources from the people that run them. They kind of like put their information out. And I think some of our kids get this false hope that I'm going to go out there and be 7-on-7. I'm going to be the dog. No, I need you to be the dog over here.
They wear pads on 7-on-7.
No,
it don't
but
matter.
see, it's got to be.
That's the thing. The only thing I really think 7-on-7 help is DBs and wide receivers.
Yeah, but it's got to be realistic.
Gotta be,
And this is what I'm saying. 7-on-7, this is what it is. 1001, 1002, 1003, gone. What high school game like there's so many different elements.
That's like street ball. Only between
Yeah,
teams to go.
but look at all the different elements in a football game. Offense, defense, O-line, D-line. You got a dog on that defensive side. He ain't gonna see that guy coming through A gap. They may be blitzing B gap. He may be coming from the edge. Receiver may get he don't know. He get jammed at the line. It's too many different elements for you to tell me the ball got to be going in front.
Especially when you don't have the line.
That's right. It's a whole lot of things. And when you play 7-on-7, was this a trick question? What happens on 7-on-7 every play?
They throw it.
It's a pass.
That's right.
It's a pass, yeah.
That's my point. It's a pass. In a football game, bro, it's play action. I'm going to dump it in. I mean, that's why I say it's different.
Even the lane.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say it only benefits DBs and receivers because they the only ones getting reps.
Linebackers too get reps too. But
Linebackers,
some teams put 7 DBs out there. When you really thirsty, you want to win, let's put all DBs. Linebacker, sit down. But guess what that does for the linebacker? That gives him that game speed. Okay, I ain't that good at getting my drop. So it helps a lot of people, but at the end of the day, it don't help my running back. What I'm going to swing him out in 7-on-7, I'm going to give him a handoff. If I'm in the game, I'm play action. I'm running. Now I'm a play action. I'm a big play action guy. I hit you across the head first. We did that a lot of time. Let's go ahead and catch him peeking. We going to go.
Start the game off.
What? I'm one of those guys. Back me up. I shouldn't tell my secrets, right?
No, you
can tell them.
Back me up on the 1 yard line.
Somebody like me watching your game film anyway. So
back me up on the 1 yard line if you want to. You think I'm gonna hand it off, D?
Especially with number 12 back there.
No.
Number 12, nah, hey.
No, he was special, coach. That dude. We call that was Houdini.
Houdini.
That boy, I told you, D, he did everything out there, man.
Waldo said he thought he lost that at one time. Snap the ball to himself.
Hey, all you had to do is look at them yellow cleats. I like Greg.
He
why
did
you
have
wearing
them yellow cleats,
man. He like he'll be in the game halftime. You can there go them yellow cleats, boy. Cause I'm real big on that. I don't like individuals like
standing out.
What's our school colors? Kelly green, white, navy blue, or silver. That what kind of cleats you gonna have on? Or black. Don't come out there with orange. Don't come out there with purple. You know what I mean? He came out there with them yellow cleats. I'm like, boy, what are you doing? He had a game in him. He said, Coach, I got to keep them on. These my cleats. So guess what?
You go ahead. Proceed.
And he having a bad game. Well, go put them yellow cleats on.
hey, that's baseball and them coming out there. Hey, I'm superstitious. Hey.
I get it. Like I said, I just think, before we get in here and wrap this thing, we're going to do rapid fire with you before we take our last break. I just want to really thank you for coming out here kicking it with us, man, because this was good. I think you opened up a lot of ears to when you spoke about not taking the SAT, ACT. I thought that was required.
Yeah, we ain't know that.
Yeah, check it out.
I thought that was required.
Know some compliance guys in some colleges, and it's out there. Y'all look it up.
So if you want to give your shout outs before we take this last break, do rapid fire.
Make sure you get your calendar.
No, I will. No, I just like to give a shout out to all my coaches, man. My administration. They're very helpful. I like to give a shout out to my man Melvin Williams, the one who was instrumental in hiring me. Him and Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
I owe a lot to those guys because.
They believed in you.
Yeah, they believed in me. They gave me my shot to be another head coach because that's something I really wanted to do. But I felt like I talk about my time at Middleton. It happened, and I'm here now. But definitely all of my coaches from Coach Miller, Coach Selby, Coach Walker. Shout out to Sorefit, one of my coaches. He has his own training. Now he's a speed guy. Coach Walker's very good. He's right off of 41, like where our kids are. I got Coach Davis. I got Coach Lively. I got Franchon. Chuck Grace. I used to coach Chuck in Little League.
Yeah, Chuck went to Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Went to Toledo, right?
He went to FIU.
That's it. Yeah, that's
And
it.
he helped coaching the DBs with Corey. Like I said, I got Sylvia, I got Gillis, I got Coach Fuentes, I got Coach G, Dean G. That is right. You say G, his name Dean G. I got a lot of coaches, man. Like if you got 100 kids, and my thing is, if you coach JV for Sumner, you got to come to the game on Friday night. You have to. People call like, man, why you got all those coaches down there? You see all those kids?
Right.
It takes a lot to manage a game. You know, you got people in the box. You got sideline coaches. You got kids. So they think it's too many.
Got your get back, man.
And I always say we got 2 coaches for every position. We try to treat it like college. Safeties, corners, right?
Yeah.
Inside, outside linebacker. 2 D-line coaches, 2 O-line coaches, 1 running back, 1 receiver coach, Coach Beanie, what's up? And we got 1 quarterback coach and 1 running back coach. That's my thing. I coach the running backs. I don't think I'm ever going to get it up. That's my thing. But that's my shout out to all my coaches.
You tell me about the conclave before we take our last break.
Yeah. Omega Psi Phi, my fraternity, greatest fraternity in the world. We got the conclave coming June 25th to July 2nd. A lot of things going to be happening around that time, man. Y'all come support us. We're going to be downtown, E-Boy. We're going to be everywhere. They might as well paint the river purple. You get what I'm saying? Because it's going to be like that, man, because we do some amazing things in our fraternity. Plenty of things, you know, we give back to the community. We got some leaders, and you'd be amazed, man, if you look up.
Shout out to Reverend Gallen.
Yeah, Reverend Gallen.
Yeah.
You know, you'll
Rick
be
Kansas,
amazed.
Rick do a lot.
You'll be amazed to see how many prominent people are Omega men. Like it's nothing like it, man. It's not like being. And I just learned today. You know, not speaking of. You know, I just seen it today on the internet where the head coach at Howard University.
Yeah,
Scott just became
from Winter Haven.
Yeah, he's the bros now, right?
Yeah.
I just learned that, but you know, and that's where it all started, Howard University.
Yeah,
where he's at. So I can see how he wanted to be a part of it, but. Yeah, man, come out and support the conclave starting the 25th of June all the way to July 2nd. We'll be all around the city. Just go to it. You know, you can look it up. We got all-white boat ride. You know, we got a lot of things going on. I can't even tell you so many things. We just going to be everywhere. You know, it's going to be that purple, right? There you go, Rue Dog.
And you're going to be everywhere.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Right? I try to be where I can be.
I heard that. We're going to take our last break. We're going to come back rapid fire for Coach Ashwood. We always got to, you know, definitely give a shout out to those that keep them groceries coming. So if you can pull up Conan's real quick. There they go.
Oh, that's my man, Mike.
Yeah, Conan's Barbecue. Got the website up. Torres put that together. Yeah, definitely keep the lights on.
Mike, something else.
Conan's BBQTampa.com. 1510 Hubert, Tampa, Florida. 7 o'clock on Thursday. I got it right now. 7 o'clock on Thursday. 9 Friday, Saturday, 7 on Sunday. I was just out there yesterday picking up some groceries.
I got to get back out there, man.
And then also Wingstop.
The Spades tournament.
Yeah, we're gonna do that June 1st.
Why? Why you?
There we go. We got 9 locations throughout the Bay Area, man. 23048 Florida Highway 54, 813-705-9464, 1219 Bruce B. Downs out there in the Western Chapel area, 813-536-0222. Not too far from where you started, 2115 East Hillsborough, right there in the trap.
I got you.
559-1527. And we're there by Club Joy, 1001 North Dale, maybe 813-374-3566. We out there in Polk County, too, by Club Kathleen, 4217 South Florida, 863-450-2353. Then we out there by Malibu with the new apartments, 14915
they threw them up quick,
813, they did. 851-0088. The new location, 107 South Dale Mabry, 813-551. Yeah, the Kinko's Plaza, Dale Mabry and Kennedy, 813-551-2423. Where it all started, 2776 North Fowler, 813-903-9464. And headquarters tonight, we might catch a little bit of the Knicks Sixers, 9305 North 56, 813-373-5174. So let's do rapid fire. We're going to run this out real quick. About 5 minutes, Torrey, you put it up. Definitely rapid fire sponsor, my man Nick Wilson. Got the Oxtail King coming down here, man, May 29th. That's going to be good.
Yeah,
Boss
29
Soccer
to
Company, LLC, your load is our strength.
June 2nd, I think.
Yeah, Renee Norris Smith. The map, definitely use her as the point of contact, 813-364-4390.
Shout out to Renee, man.
Absolutely.
What's going on now?
Let's get ready. Y'all ready to run this rapid fire? Let's run it real quick.
Indeed.
Run it.
Okay. Best high school teammate you had at Hillsborough.
Maurice Crum.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd second that.
Best player you played against in high school.
Charles Johnson.
Wendy King.
Wendy King.
What position he played?
Everything.
I know he ran track.
Is it everything?
I know he ran track.
Oh, you know what? Let me. Probably was Farmer. He was a guy from forget his first name. He was the king. Played tight end. He was real.
He was
good.
tough?
He was tough.
Okay. If you stuck with baseball, what position you would have played?
Shortstop or outfield.
Shortstop, outfield.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I was good with the Yellow Jackets. That was my team.
Those are your team, Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Okay. As part of the FAMU Rattlers livest road game you played
Lively
in.
road game. Probably when we played at Southern.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, yeah.
Yeah, I got a Southern story for you. I fell asleep out there in the car. That was crazy. That's another conversation. That was a wild night that night. Statewide Step Show, February '89.
Oh yeah.
Never forget it. Old school. Favorite musical group.
Old school.
Old school.
What R&B? It don't matter.
Whatever.
Run DMC.
Favorite song by DMC.
Ron's house.
Okay. Run's house.
Whose house?
Ron's house.
Say what?
I like that one. That was a good ad lib right there.
Okay. Favorite soul food meal.
Gotta be any kind of chicken, baked chicken. Love it.
Well, what else?
Some yams. I cook some good yams too.
Okay.
And some macaroni. Yeah, I get down like that. Mom's taught me.
Okay, yeah. Mom do a thing, that German chocolate cake. Yeah, shout out Mom with that German chocolate cake. Favorite dessert.
I'm a big cheesecake guy. I love
Okay.
cheese. But my mom, sweet potato pie, probably that one right there though. Sweet potato pie.
Okay. Pet peeve for your players. What drive you to crazy with your players?
Boy, when they walk in the weight room, when they walk in the locker room with flip flops or Crocs. I go.
You can't live with no
Boy, I
flip-flops.
go.
That was
you cannot live.
Prayer said this earlier. He said
I go
somebody told me they
I
can't
go
even wear
crazy.
Crocs.
Not supposed to be in the weight room.
No. Crocs, man, I call Ro, you better not have on no flip flops and no Crocs. Cause you know why? I said you ain't put no thought in how you was coming to school today. That's lazy. You just put it, you just came. That's my thing. I may be crazy, but that's me.
No, you're all right.
But yeah, that's my pet peeve. They know they can't have it.
I know you played running back. Who's your favorite running back to watch growing up?
Now I ain't gonna say it growing up, but my favorite running back of all time is my boy Barry Sanders.
Did you run similar to him or somebody else?
I have to run that thing. Boy.
Oh, you zigzag and do all that too?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It ain't work out. Well, I just, you know what I'm saying. Everybody want to get.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we all have professional aspirations.
But people know who played against me, but that's something I don't brag about or talk about. Oh, when I played, no, it don't matter when I played.
It don't matter. Yeah.
Here they knew you could run the ball.
Yeah, it don't matter when I played. What matters is what are you doing?
When you think about
Okay.
it, though, what was, I won't say unfair, it's just when we came about, there were some really good running backs in Hillsborough County. When I
Football was
think
a
about
lot different back then too. Like, it was a small amount of
It's a
school.
run first.
Yeah, run first
football,
environment.
Eric Dickinson used to run. I get all
Ask
that.
Mark Cotney how he
Favorite,
Eric Dickinson run.
Favorite actor?
Favorite actor?
Yeah,
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
He's just stupid.
Okay. You got a favorite Martin movie or
Oh, Blue Street.
Blue Street?
Come and get your pizza.
I just watched it last night. Okay, this way ain't gonna get funny. What's your favorite Martin episode?
On which one?
Mark, just the TV show Mark.
Oh, when he played Jerome in the house. Anything got to
Anything
do with
with Jerome?
Anything with Jerome.
Okay.
Watch
That's
Miles.
right.
Yeah,
Watch
when they was at the telemachine.
Oh yeah. Belly chance for the money.
Yeah.
They need the money for the boot. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, Marge. Yeah, I love him, boy.
Okay.
He crazy.
Road trip. You got. We ain't gonna say Run DMC. You got one catalog that you could take of any artist, living or dead. Who would it be?
Outside of Run DMC.
Outside of Run DMC.
It's got to be that first Chronic.
That Drake. So anything Drake.
That first that would be it. That Chronic album.
Okay.
Like when it first came out, you know, CD deck.
Right.
Tape deck.
Right.
We used to listen to backwards and forwards. I was at that fam.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Just flip it. Just flip it. Like
Reverb.
that.
Just, yeah.
Yeah,
Let it go.
Yeah, you just gotta flip it and you keep going. Wasn't no CDs back then.
And you know what's crazy? I sit back and think about that thing. Been out over 31 years, man. Came out in 1992, and I'm telling you what's crazy. I slept on it. I'm at a partner's house one night, and he playing it. And I mean, because I heard G thing, but I was the type of, back then I played the song I want to hear. I ain't playing that now. That's what I wanna hear. So when I heard, I was like,
I was in the car with Lyron Thomas, Vince. I think Will Davis was with me. And the first time I heard Chronic, I said, when I heard Dre Day, I said, he dissing Easy? I thought they. He said,
Chronic was something else.
Yeah, it was special.
Crown was strong.
$5,000 pyramid, that little skit they
Yeah.
have on it. Yeah, that was it.
Now watch this. Now watch this. This way it gonna get good.
Like it.
New Jack City of Juice.
Nino Brown.
Okay.
What you talking about?
Okay.
There it is.
Boys in the Hood, Minister Society.
Boys in the Hood. Now that was the movie right there.
Doughboy, Old Dog.
Old Dog called he was ruthless. Old Dog ain't care.
He
did
shot the crack head about some
Worst
cheeseburger.
nightmare.
Boy.
Yeah.
Old Dog came to his defense, right? But
Yeah.
it was, Doughboy was good too, but yeah.
Last question. Favorite city to visit?
You know what? I need it. That's one thing I don't do, man. Like, I don't do. I need to. Like, what's
a city you like to go to?
New York.
Okay. Now let me do this before we go. All your kids are in school right now. They're in different schools. What campus would you like to go visit? Where a kid is at that play
Probably
for you?
Clemson.
Clemson?
Yeah, we got a kid at Clemson. Probably Clemson.
Okay. That's Dabo. Yeah, you plugged in with that. I saw the picture. I said, I know him. That's how I felt. I said, I know him. He know Dabo.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm plugged in. Okay.
Dabo. Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, so we ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I want to thank you for coming out here kicking it with us, man. So we finna get ready for next week. We got super fan Shanisha Bryant coming on. Buck fan. She done been to 17 different stadiums for Buck games.
Okay.
And I'm really intrigued by that. Shanisha Bryant with the Hillsborough came out 88.
I know.
So we got 87 here, 88 coming on next week. Waldo and Tarifa on the 60. We got James Anderson, 89 coming on with the baseball, Tampa Terminators.
That tell you how old we are, right? All you gotta do is to ask somebody where they graduated and just add at least 18 to it where you at, and that's how you go. That's
Just
how
made 56.
Yeah.
That's why when women don't want to take, well, you graduated, girl. Bam, you got it right there. You can tell how old it is. There you go.
So y'all got the big plans coming this week. I know we got the NBA Finals, NFL Draft.
I'm waiting on Thursday, bro.
Michael Penix, man. The city's behind you, man. What you call? Want to see you
We waiting on
do
Thursday,
this thing early, man.
So
So I know Waldo is renouncing his Buck fandom.
it's already renounced.
Okay.
It's
So
already
whatever team
renounced.
pick up Mike, that's his
What
new
if he
team.
ends up here, though?
That's Thursday night.
What if he ends up here? What, they wouldn't bring him here?
They ain't gonna bring me
They
up,
ain't gonna
but
bring her. I wish they would.
no, I don't want him here.
And I don't see why they sleeping on him. Like, he should be like talked about them. Like,
They ain't sleep, bro.
He is.
They sleep.
They ain't
Yeah,
sleep.
no, they gonna get him.
The outsiders is sleep.
Yeah, I got you.
The pundits is sleep.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Oh man, definitely
Appreciate
glad to
you
have you
coming
on here, man. Definitely glad to have you
Definitely
on
appreciate
here.
you telling about the SAT. I'm a little bit, and also about you all not having more fun and need to start making more visits to the school
Well, y'all
board.
can come on, man. That calendar waiting for you outside, boy.
I thought you gonna
Yeah.
bring
You got
Sure,
Cash App,
sure.
I got you.
I'm a Zelle guy.
I ain't got
There you
Zelle,
go.
man.
Hold your money. There you go.
I'm a Zelle guy.
I put him on that. So
You
yeah.
got PayPal either?
I got a feeling. I got a lot of pals, but they don't pay.
So for that being said, man, like I say, we got A lot of good stuff coming up. So like I said, don't forget the Space Tournament. We still getting that going June 1st.
It's locked in on that date.
Locked in for that
He
date.
running
Okay,
it. What
yeah.
you going there to do?
Well, let me
No,
tell you.
Waldo. We hosted together.
Yeah,
Waldo get them
I was
up when they get
against
eliminated.
MC.
Yeah, he
Said
get them
something about
eliminated.
playing. Okay.
Waldo play a little bit too.
I play spade, but I ain't playing in the tournament.
Yeah.
He
though.
play a little bit too.
Yeah. So if we get out of here, man, I always do. Anybody want to be a star, don't want to be an artist, don't want to see the executive producer on the record, on the video, dancing, come to Death Row. So for Torres, Coach Ashwood, world famous Waldo, a.k.a. Ruff,
What?
keep God first, man. Love your family. When you see us holler, we back in here next Monday, man. Good night.
You welcome.
Thank you.